Welcome back, students. As in the previous video we were talking about various type of the mixtures. Now we are going to talk what are these various type of the mixtures. We know that mixtures, they are of two types. One is homogeneous mixture and the other is heterogeneous mixture. When we talking about the homogeneous mixture, as we have seen in the earlier activity, that when we dissolve copper sulfate crystals in water, the particles of the copper sulfate, they get evenly distributed in water, giving it a constant coloration, and we cannot distinguish between the particles of copper sulfate and the particles of water. Such type of mixtures which gives us a homogeneity are known as homogeneous mixtures. Example is copper sulfate with water. It can also be salt. When salt is dissolved in water, again we can taste the effect of salt all throughout the water. Then mixture of sugar with water. Such sort of mixtures are known as homogeneous mixtures. Now when we are talking about heterogeneous mixtures, as in our previous activity we have said that when crystals of potassium permanganate plus copper sulfate, they are dissolved in water, then the crystals of potassium permanganate and crystals of copper sulfate, they can be very well distinguished from one another. Such sort of mixtures are said to be heterogeneous mixtures. Now there are varied other examples, that is any of the salt plus iron fillings. It is also an example of heterogeneous mixture. Then another example is sand. Sand is the best example of heterogeneous mixture, as it is made up of a number of particles, that is small stones, pebbles, gravels and other biotic organisms. Therefore it is a heterogeneous mixture. Now we have to set another type of an activity, and in this activity again we are going to take 4 beakers. Activity 2. In this we are going to take 4 beakers of equal sizes, that is beaker A, B, C and D, and we are going to put equal amount of water in them, say 50 ml of water in them. Now in beaker A we are going to add few crystals of copper sulfate. In group B we are going to add 1 spatula of copper sulfate. In group C we are going to put chalk powder, and in group D we are going to add milk. Now what do we observe? In beaker A and B we find that we get a homogeneous solution, but the intensity varies. That is, in A the coloration that we have obtained after dissolving copper sulfate in water is faded or is lighter than in group B, because more amount of copper sulfate was added to beaker B than to beaker A. Here also it is a homogeneous solution, here also it is a homogeneous solution, but the intensity or the density is different. Now in group C it is not a homogeneous solution, it doesn't form a solution, rather it is a suspension, because the particles of chalk, they settle down at the bottom. Now in D, beaker D, what happens that when we pass on the light through it, the light gets scattered. So we can say that it is a colloid. So now we are going to discuss that what are solutions, what are suspensions, and what are colloids. So accordingly, when we are defining a solution is a homogeneous, I am saying homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. Now it can be either a mixture of, whenever the word solution comes in our mind, we always think of that it can be a liquid solution, when the word solution itself signifies a liquidity, but it is not so. It can be a solid to solid mixture, that is solid plus solid mixture, that is an alloy. Then if we are going to define what is an alloy, alloy means when two or more metals, metal plus metal, they are mixed with one another, or when a metal and non-metal, they are mixed with one another. First they are melted and then they are mixed with one another in a definite proportion. Such sort of mixtures are said to be the alloys, and they are kept into the group that they are solid plus solid mixtures. Then it can be air and air mixture. Air plus air mixture means again air, as it is having different type of gases present in it, therefore it is air and air mixture. So again, dealing up with solutions, a solution comprises of a solvent plus a solute. When we are talking about the solvent is the component part of the solution which dissolves another substances in it. For example, a solution of salt plus water. Here water is the solvent, that is, it is going to dissolve salt in it, therefore it is a solvent. And when we are talking about the solute, it is the component part of the solution which gets dissolved in the solvent. Again, when we are talking about the salt plus water solution, here salt is the solute which gets dissolved in the water. So now we are going to talk about different properties of solution, and we are going to talk about varied examples of solution in the next video. Thank you.